Hello again, and welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Rural Report. I am your Rural 2IC, and just quick disclaimer, this is going to be a short, and I promise, short video because I do not feel good, and from looking at myself on the camera, I don't even look good, so I felt a more obligation to put something out, so I'm going to run through a couple of quick things, and we'll see how this goes, and then I'm off to bed, so that way I can hopefully get better for tomorrow's live stream, which, real quick, if you can join me for tomorrow's live stream, it is Wednesday night. Every Wednesday night, we do Workshop Wednesday. It's at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And tomorrow, I'm going to make the announcement on how to enter for the Christmas giveaways. If you can make it, please come over and hang out with us. And it's just good people just hanging out. So, again, in no particular order, let's just run through this real quick so you guys can get some of the headlines. As far as all the Israeli stuff on all that front, I can't make heads or tails of it today. I think the day has just gone from me, and it's almost business as usual. There's nothing out there that's really new-ish. The only thing that I could really find was Turkey has officially filed a lawsuit against Netanyahu at the International Criminal Court. So that's about the only headline that's actually new. Other than that, it's just missile here, bomb there. It's the same stuff as it has been. I haven't seen anything that's a big headline. So something pops, I'll let you guys know. But other than that, for the first time in a long time, it's just the same old, same old. So that actually might be a good thing. All right. Next, the commander of the Islamic Resolution Guard Corps was quoted saying, "Iran is not in a position to be threatened by anyone. We are at the peak of power and have prepared ourselves for all conditions." Now, I really don't want to make the comparison here, but that's almost a prepping motto that we can take. Granted, I don't like who said it, but that almost comes down into us as being prepared folk is, hey, you guys can do what you want. You can say, oh, we're going to take down the internet, or we're going to take down this, we're going to shut water off, whatever. I'm prepared, so that's twisting it in a good light. In this light, I don't like it. I don't like who it's coming from. I don't like what they're meaning by it. But it's just a data point I figured I would mention. Next is going to be the event that's happening right now as you watch this, more than likely, is the March for Israel that's happening in DC. Yesterday, this was elevated to a SEER 1 threat level by DHS. Now, if you don't know the little acronyms, SEER is Special Events Assessment Rating by the Department of Homeland Security. So we'll see. This is happening right now. So we'll see how all the events of this unfold. They were estimating that this could have up to 100,000 people plus. So it's DC. I'm sure things can get relatively spicy really quick. So probably the sun will be going down probably as you watch this, or shortly after. We'll see what happens. Hopefully nothing. Cross your fingers that it's all peaceful and nothing major happens. Here goes one. And really what we should do is we should make like a prepping bingo card or something. If you already have one, tell me if you have this. So America is getting a new bat lab. And this is scheduled to be open around 2025. It's going to be a $12 million taxpayer-funded facility for the NIH research. Now, I'm sure you all remember what NIH and that whole thing was about. We won't get into that. But this is supposed to be slated to be built in Colorado and will import bats from Asia to infect them with all sorts of deadly diseases and different pathogens, including your CV19er. But this was Ebola, this was all sorts of stuff. If I can find the article again, this was actually in the health section in the dailymail.com, but this came out of the UK, so it wasn't even in the American journalism, so it's kind of interesting. So uh, just a headline. Speaking of bingo card, let me know if you have this one. So there is a report by several scientists that are warning that an upcoming giant solar storm could shut the internet down for months. So let me know in the comments, did you have giant solar storm shutting off the internet? Because if you did, mark that one off. It's just more and more stuff, folks. It's more and more reasons. Every time I read these headlines to you, it's like you literally could start making a list. Hey, what's some of the reasons I should prep for? I don't know. How about the unrest over here? How about the war going on there? How about different health scares? How about the internet shutting down? How about inflation? I mean, the list goes on and on. So we're going to leave that one alone. All right. You know what? Let's skip to the very end because I'm struggling here. So yesterday there was a video posted about two groups of people over in Europe that was in a scuffle to a fight, and Elon Musk put a little sentence there that said, "Europe is headed for civil war." And let me speak to that for just a minute, and then I'm out of your hair. I think just about everybody's headed for civil war. It seems like there is some sort of plan in place. Now, let's put our I don't feel good tinfoil hat on for a second. It's no secret that division wins. When you have a large group of people, if you can divide them into smaller groups, it makes it more manageable. And so, whether that is you divide them by gender, you divide them by age, you divide them by race and skin color, you divide them by money and the different wealth classes, you divide them by religion, you divide them by politics. Any way that you can take a group of people and split them, and then you take that group of people and split them, and you just keep going, and every group just it all stars out to where it's very small little groups here, little groups here. And it's almost like they're doing it in the prepping community too, because you have in here, you got to spend all this money and have the best supplies. Well, you don't have to have a whole bunch, you just have to have skill. Well, you got to have something in between. Well, it needs to happen now, or, you know, it seems like there's all these little tiny groups here. You know, you got to have firearms. You don't have to have any firearms. You got to have this. You got to have that. You got to focus here. You're doing it wrong. Now, I am all about collaboration, and everybody has their ideas. I'm not a one size fits all kind of guy. I will never know it all. And that's really one of the big reasons why I was reaching out so much and doing all these interviews, because there's a wealth of knowledge out there and these people have that. And I want to bring it together and showcase it to everybody so we can all get together and share. That's how all this works. You know, you may not find a really great person that can teach you a lot of things unless the introduction is made. And maybe I can make that introduction. Maybe I can't. I don't know, but I'm going to try. That's the best that I can do is try. It's the whole purpose of this channel. But on some of this, I was actually talking with somebody the other day, and they've been prepping for quite a while, probably a good year and a half, 2 years. They've got, everything going good. They've got some supplies, they got some skills, they got everything going, everything. But they came to me just frustrated, and they said, whatever is going to happen, it just needs to happen. And I looked at them and I said, have you ever had your car paid off, had a couple thousand in the bank, had all your sick days at work, had most of your credit cards all paid off, had some stuff in your savings, had some cash at home, had, all this, and you just sit there, at a stoplight and you go, you know what, car? If you're going to break down, you got to break down now because I've got the time and the money and everything. Or is it when something happens at the house and it drains your bank account, and then something happens over here and it starts running your credit cards, and then you get laid off from work, and then you don't have the sick days, and then you don't feel good, and this and that. Then you get in the car to go get some medication, and then your check engine light pops on. I have a feeling I'm not the only one. Usually, the really bad happens at the worst possible time. So, for all of you out there to have that kind of prepper fatigue, where you go, it needs to happen right now. Maybe you're on a good chance of you're feeling pretty ready for it. Now, remember, prepping is a lifestyle. There is no end to this. You just keep building and going and going and going. So keep going. Best advice I can give you. Just keep going. Because you give up and you go, you know what? Nothing's going to happen. I give up. You start eating all your stuff. You start selling off your stuff. You don't have any supplies, and you go back to like it used to be. That's when it's going to happen. Then you're going to wish that you took some advice and you kept going. So, all right, that's enough. My head's killing me. I'm going to go lay down. So, uh, I'll be all right. Be fine. All right, guys. More information to come. Thank you guys for tuning in. God bless each and every one of you. Hopefully, I'll catch all of you over on the live tomorrow. With that, remain united. So we're all prepping in this together.